Okay, so it seems like the situation isn't getting any better for Milky Ways at the moment, and it seems like something else has happened over this past week, which has been pretty frustrating for her. If you guys don't know, we've covered a lot of kind of stuff to do with her being banned off of PayPal due to some content being posted on Patreon, which is absolutely ridiculous, as people should be allowed to post, within obviously the rules of Patreon and not have the fear of them getting banned over on PayPal for whatever reason that is. But it seems like we have a different situation today involving her, which is actually the fact that she's been banned off of Twitch. As you can see here, it says this channel is temporarily unavailable due to a violation of Twitch's community guidelines or terms of service. Now, we've talked about this a lot. She's been banned before, recently actually, back in, what was it, June? Yeah, June 9th. She was also banned back then, and we talked about this as it was a pretty big situation. I mean, people were getting banned left and right for their VTuber models, and it was a pretty terrible situation as Twitch just seems to hate VTubers and tries to take any kind of opportunity they can to ban them for the smallest of clothing kind of changes or whatever. And sometimes they even fall into the rules. You know, sometimes they are fully following the rules that they set out, and then they say, actually, no, we don't want that, and then they ban them for a day or so. But this time it actually seems like it's different. It wasn't the VTuber model that got her banned. It's actually her real life. It's her real life that got her banned, which I think is pretty crazy. Obviously, she says here, so if you show a little cleavage on your just on your stream with a hand cam and you're a VTuber, you can be reported and banned for sexual conduct, so VTubers be aware. Obviously, people have been pretty outraged by this, as you know, they're unhappy that she has been banned. And obviously, as you know, sometimes what a lot of VTubers do just on a stream, whether it's something to do with, you know, maybe they're making something, maybe they're opening up cards, or even just want a hand cam in general, they will usually put a camera above their hands and whatever to kind of, you know, so you can see their mouse moving or see them opening up something, whatever, right? So that you can see only their hands and not their face. And obviously a lot of YouTubers are comfortable with doing that, right? And I think that is what Milky was doing over on stream. I don't know exactly what she was doing, but again, she had a hand cam on stream. And obviously sometimes whenever you're like kind of pressed up against the camera, sometimes a bit of that, you know, goes onto the camera as well. And sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not. But at the end of the day, it's still fine from what I've seen. I mean, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of VTubers do it. And obviously, I think that, you know, it's just a normal thing that happens in hand cams, right? And well, it seems like, you know, she has been banned for this. I don't know how long it's going to be. Obviously, previously, she was banned for 1 day. For the previous thing, the one before that, back in 2022, she was banned for 3 days. Again, my guess could potentially be 3 days because she's already been banned for a day recently. But again, it could also just be another day ban. You never know. She hasn't actually given us an update on that. Some people have been commenting on this. People saying you just call that a little. Again, I haven't seen the clip originally, so I don't know how egregious it was. Maybe it was pretty bad. I don't know. But again, obviously, Twitch does get very sensitive with that, and I think they do take any opportunity to ban VTubers that they feel like, you know, they can't exactly punish at the time, but maybe can punish for something else, which I think is pretty crazy. So let me get this straight. Naked models with small center bars are fine. VTubers with big boober are fine, but a little bit of IRL boober isn't, which, yeah, obviously I think it is a case as well of, you know, the kind of double standards from Twitch. You know, I feel like Twitch do ban a lot of people for this kind of don't ban a lot of people for this kind of stuff, but then go after people like Milky for this kind of stuff. Again, I think it is really, really weird, and obviously it is a problem that has been going on over on Twitch. It's the fact that Twitch like to play favorites, and I think it's very obvious here, whether it's to do with favorites of just a kind of a person that they like or dislike, or whether it's something to do with, you know, the top kind of streamer out there. Obviously, we've got the whole situation with Hassan going on right now, where he's pretty much immortal to being banned because, again, people over at Twitch just prefer him. Obviously, the CEO prefers him, so they don't ban him, right? And obviously, a lot of people are immune to that, but, you know, obviously, you get people like Milky and stuff who get banned because other people don't. And I think it is pretty crazy. They say, Twitch, why I got banned for dunking Astro deep in my cleavage. 07 Astro. So again, I don't know what that means, but obviously a lot of people have been commenting on that, saying why does Twitch hate boobs? It said, yeah, Twitch, why you hate boobs? It says, maybe Twitch is just afraid. You can't even catch a break. Now, obviously, if that was the action, I can kind of understand why Twitch did ban them. Again, I think we got to be pretty realistic here. Again, I haven't seen the clip itself, obviously, as the channel is taken down. Maybe someone could provide that at some point. But again, I do think that, yeah, it honestly depends on what kind of action was going on, because if they were there just kind of, you know, doing hand cam stuff and it was just kind of there in the background, then, you know, obviously I think that's a pretty unjust ban. But obviously if they are doing stuff with it and making it the main kind of attraction of the stream, then I do think then it becomes a little bit more of a problem and more ban worthy, just because you are obviously you know, doing stuff that, you know, maybe you shouldn't be doing over on a Twitch stream. So again, I can understand why they would ban her if that was the case. But again, I haven't seen the clip, so I don't know how egregious it was. But obviously, yeah, people saying you can't catch a break. Said that's how I would want to die. That if it's not RL Boober, then Twitch will care. Otherwise, they'll look the other way like they've been doing. The same reason they banned Ebiko today. So obviously, yeah, it seems like more people are also getting banned at the same time, which I think is pretty crazy. And obviously, a lot of people have been pretty, yeah, not happy about that. People said, RIP Brave Astro, gone but never forgotten. At least it was the coziest way to go out. Seriously, though, I'm sorry that Twitch. Also, after looking, it seems like, obviously, she says she got banned for dunking Astro deep into my cleavage. I think Astro is her kind of fan name. So again, I'm guessing maybe there's some kind of, the camera, actually. The camera probably makes a little bit more sense. I think maybe the camera went into it or something. I don't know. But again, I think that probably was the reason why she got banned. And to be honest, I think it is kind of understandable from Twitch that, you know, that was bannable. But at the same time, it still doesn't change the fact that there is a lot of double standards. And obviously, Milky has been going through a pretty hard time with a lot of the PayPal stuff that's been going on already, with her being banned from places like PayPal for posting content over on Patreon too, which I think is pretty ridiculous, you know, and a lot of people have been already very outspoken about that. But the good thing about obviously streamer bans and, you know, stuff over on Twitch is that usually it doesn't last that long. So hopefully Milky will be back within a couple of hours, because again, usually maybe it should take around about you know, 24 hours, but again, maybe it is slightly longer, maybe it's 3 days. Again, she hasn't really specified that, but obviously she probably knows through the email what exactly it's going to be for. So again, obviously, you know, we will probably see her back very, very shortly anyways. So yeah, obviously, I hope that she's learned maybe not to do that again, else she might get banned. But obviously, yeah, it seems like she's going through a pretty terrible time at the moment. Also, someone mentioned Ebiko too, who got banned for a similar reason, apparently. They said here that, you know, she's been banned after 1 day and 18 seconds. She says, I'm a changed say so shrimp now. So it seems that she is also back too. Again, I don't really know much about their content. Just literally looking at one look at their page, they seem to be pretty, you know, spicy. Let's just say that for a kind of understatement. So again, I feel like maybe something went on over on the street that got them banned. But again, it seems like they are also back and unbanned. But yeah, we're just waiting to see how long Milky's ban is going to be, because again, obviously, it can't really feel nice being banned from obviously PayPal and then also being banned from Twitch. It just feels like you're being banned everywhere, left to right, your whole entire kind of career, which I think is pretty crazy and obviously pretty scary for a lot of people. But it does seem like she's taking this in a more lighthearted way. So obviously, it isn't anything too serious. She says, yeah, obviously, it's just not one of these things that people you know, really are too worried about, just because, again, it is pretty silly and it is one of these things that isn't, you know, like a permanent ban or anything. It is literally just a short break. But yeah, obviously, if you are a VTuber and you're doing this kind of stuff and you do anything similar to her, then obviously beware, as she has put out this little warning such announcement to a lot of other people that might be doing hand cams in the future. Because again, obviously, yeah, you can be reported and banned for that kind of conduct. So again, I don't know if someone did report her or not, or if it was Twitch that picked it up. But again, it seems like a lot of people are sympathizing with her and her ban at the moment, especially considering the situation that she's in. But yeah, as I said, I hope that she does get unbanned soon and that, you know, all of this does get sorted, because again, obviously Twitch is probably, you know, one of the main platforms for her at the moment. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazza, get 10% off again. They got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.